In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on May 11, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Denver Nuggets. On Sunday, the Oklahoma City Thunder head to Ball Arena in Denver for Game 4 of their Western Conference semifinals matchup against the Denver Nuggets. This series is a best of 7, and right now, the Thunder are trailing 2-1 after letting Game 3 slip away. Oklahoma City, who's been dominant all year at 73-17 straight up and 58-28-4 against the spread, couldn't hang on in overtime. Denver, coming in at 56-36 straight up and 43-47-2 against the spread, capitalized on their opportunity, grinding out a 113-104 overtime win to take control of the series. Betting this series has been rough. Nothing's gone quite the way most folks expected. Even after pulling out back-to-back wins, the Nuggets are still showing up as underdogs at home, where they've been solid with a 30-16 straight-up record. They've done a good job pushing back against a Thunder squad that many thought would coast through the early rounds. Nikola Jokic lives for the playoffs, but if Game 3 taught us anything, it's that Denver looks even more dangerous when it's not all on his shoulders. When more guys get involved, they're a tougher team to beat. They survived Jokic going 0 for 1-0 from deep, and that kind of resilience is a good sign. Now it's on the Thunder to figure out how to close tight games, because from here on out, every one of them will probably go down to the wire. Denver's got momentum, they've got the lead, and they've covered in 4 of their last 6 against Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder let a golden chance get away from them in Game 3. They completely fell apart in overtime, going cold at the worst time and letting the Nuggets take it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had some good moments earlier on, but when it mattered most, he vanished, missing his final 7 shots and not even attempting a field goal in overtime. Now the spotlight's on Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got to respond or risk going down 3-1, and to do that, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to step up. It's hard to picture Jokic having another game like that, so Oklahoma City Thunder won't be able to count on him struggling again. The team with the NBA's best record this season suddenly finds itself in a tight spot. Down 2-1 and facing another road game in Denver, Game 4 feels like a must-win for the Thunder. They've actually held Jokic in check pretty well overall, which makes their position even more frustrating. But the big problem is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He hasn't looked like the star they need him to be. In Game 3, he managed only 18 points on a rough 7 of 2 shooting night. If there's a silver lining, it's that Oklahoma City Thunder crushed it on the glass, pulling down 5 more rebounds than Denver and snagging 18 offensive boards. That kind of hustle is a good sign, but they'll need more than that to even the series. Denver has now won 4 of their last 6 meetings with Oklahoma City, both straight up and against the spread, but they're still listed as underdogs for the 4th time in this series. That label probably doesn't mean much to them at this point. Even though the Thunder have more weapons, Denver's playoff experience has made the difference so far. And let's be real, Jokic probably won't have another off night like that. He went just 8 for 5 from the floor and didn't hit a single 3-pointer in 10 tries. If anything, that just sets the stage for him to explode in Game 4. Denver's only lost once at home in their last 6 games, and they've covered in 5 of their last 7 overall. Oklahoma City Thunder is in a pressure cooker now. Going down 3-1 in this series would be a brutal spot to try and come back from. That said, the Thunder have been one of the most reliable teams in basketball this season. They've only lost 2 in a row once since November, and they've covered in 58 of 90 games. That consistency makes them a safe bet. But Denver's no pushover, especially at home, and they just beat Oklahoma City Thunder without much help from their best player. That's not something to overlook. The Nuggets pulled off a win even with Jokic struggling badly, shooting 8 for 5 and coughing up 8 turnovers. That's actually a reason to feel good about Denver's chances, since it's unlikely he has another game like that. The Nuggets have taken 4 of the last 6 against Oklahoma City Thunder, and in general, underdogs have covered in 8 of the last 10 games overall. I think Denver has a real shot to win outright again, especially at home. As our first pick for this matchup, the Denver Nuggets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. After a couple of fast-paced, high-scoring battles, Game 3 slowed down a bit. The teams combined for 217 points, which still hit the under even with the extra 5 minutes from overtime. The total for that game was set at 232, and that under result has now pushed the Game 4 total to the lowest mark of the series. But that's exactly where the opportunity is. Scoring just 104 points was out of character for the Thunder. Whenever they've lost this season, they've usually bounced back with a vengeance, scoring at least 118 in all but 2 cases. Just like they did in Game 2, expect them to come out locked in and aggressive. They may not hit 140 again, but 117 or more is within reach. They've hit that number in all but 2 playoff games. Denver's offense got back on track in Game 3 after a quiet showing in Game 2. They're also much stronger at home, averaging nearly 5 more points per game than they do on the road. These two have gone over in 4 of their last 6 matchups. The total for Game 4 has dropped to 228.5 after it was set at 232.5 in Game 3. These teams hit the over in the first 2 games before falling under last timeout. That should correct itself here, especially if the Thunder's shooters bounce back. Better shooting from deep and the free throw line will go a long way. Oklahoma City Thunder has one of the most explosive offenses in the league, and if they get hot, they'll carry the total all by themselves. As for Denver, their edge is still offense. If they want to keep winning, they'll need to do it by scoring big or hoping Oklahoma City Thunder struggles again. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Indiana Pacers. This Sunday, the Indiana Pacers, who come into the series as the 4th seed, will welcome the top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It's been a back-and-forth playoff battle so far. Cleveland managed to secure a win in Game 3, but Indiana took the first 2 games and also claimed 3 of the 4 regular season matchups. Across the last 10 meetings, Indiana leads 6-4 straight up, while the teams are tied 5-5 against the spread. The total has gone over in 6 of those contests, giving fans and bettors plenty to track. Indiana's strong start in this second-round Eastern Conference series surprised a lot of people. The Pacers took games 1 and 2, with the second win coming in wild fashion. Cleveland had a commanding 20-point lead in the 3rd quarter of that game and was still up by 7 in the final minute. But they went ice cold in the 4th, and Indiana clawed back to steal the game with a clutch 3-pointer in the final seconds. It was a stunning turnaround that flipped the momentum. Still, Cleveland came out swinging in Game 3, taking care of business on the road in a game they absolutely needed. The Cavaliers got a major boost in Game 3 with the return of Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and De'Andre Hunter, all of whom missed Game 2 due to injuries. With their starting unit finally intact, the Cavs looked like the team many expected them to be. Their Game 3 win wasn't just important, it was dominant. And while a repeat blowout might not be in the cards, Cleveland knows what's at stake. They can't afford to fall into a 3-1 hole. Donovan Mitchell is still lighting it up offensively, and while Indiana should bounce back with better shooting, there's growing concern around Tyrese Halliburton's wrist. He hasn't looked right, and with just 23 points and 9 assists across the last 2 games, you have to wonder if he can play at his usual level. He's the heart of the Pacers' offense, and if he's limited again, Indiana's chances drop significantly. Game 3 was Cleveland's chance to reassert itself in the series, and they didn't waste it. Mitchell finally had a strong supporting cast, and the Cavs looked like the deeper, more complete team. Garland wasn't sharp, but they didn't need him to be. That said, Cleveland still has another gear they can hit, while it feels like Indiana might have already played its best basketball in that dramatic Game 2 comeback. With a clean injury report heading into Sunday, Cleveland now has the upper hand. Their defense really stood out in Game 3, especially in the 2nd quarter when they held Indiana to just 13 points. Looking at playoff net ratings, Cleveland is dominating with a league-best 19.7, while Indiana is quite a bit behind at 3.2, good for 5th place. Cleveland has also been a strong bet all season long, going 52-36-1 against the spread. That puts them 2nd overall in profitability, trailing only the Oklahoma City Thunder. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Cavaliers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams have taken care of the ball well this postseason, with Cleveland posting the 2nd best assist to turnover ratio at 2.35 and Indiana right behind in 3rd at 2.27. The pace has been quick, too. Indiana ranks 3rd at 98.96 possessions per game, and Cleveland isn't far off at 6th with 96.5. The first 2 games of the series both hit the over, and and Game 3 nearly did as well, even with Indiana only scoring 104 points. These are two fast, offense-driven teams, and Indiana especially pushes the tempo at home. That leads to a free-flowing game that encourages back and forth scoring. Both squads are also good at getting to the foul line, with 71 combined free throw attempts in Game 3 alone. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.